KYNT, AM 1450 and FM 1021, Yankton's home team for the songs you love. KYNT, Yankton, FM 1021 and AM 1450.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. President Biden among the world leaders at the G20 summit in Rome today, endorsing a new 15% global minimum tax.
It's a sweeping tax agreement that aims to raise billions of dollars by cracking down on large multinational corporations using tax havens to lower their tax bills. This marks a key victory for Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who's pushed strongly for this agreement, negotiating with foreign counterparts.
ABC's Karen Travers traveling with the president. Vice President Kamala Harris got her COVID booster shot today. After her shot in the arm, the vice president once again asking Americans to get vaccinated.
The vast majority, I'm told well over 90% of the people who are in an ICU or are dying from COVID are unvaccinated.
The VP received her first dose of the Moderna vaccine in December of last year and her second dose in January. A potential threat to shopping malls possibly linked to ISIS. ABC's Kenneth Moten is in Washington.
Sources say the credibility of this potential threat is still being assessed, but federal and local authorities are not taking any chances. Law enforcement in the D.C. suburbs of several Northern Virginia communities on alert on this busy Halloween weekend with increased police presence around shopping malls and centers.
In Arlington, Virginia, school bus drivers protesting Friday over pay, demanding more than a 6-hour workday. The nationwide shortage of school bus drivers is increasingly blamed on low pay complaints.
We're short about 30 drivers before anyone calls out on a daily basis.
In North Carolina, Florida, and other parts of the U.S., school districts bracing
Commissioner Corey Westra, and then we're going to meet one of the Lancers. Who's on deck for us today, Tel?
Well, this week on the Meet the Lancers segment, we talked to the starting running back of this team, Kuanishi Gaia, and this was probably my favorite talk I've had with all the players this season. Kuanishi Gaia from Hawaii. We talked about the change from Hawaii to Yankton. His first time seeing snow was actually when he moved to Yankton, so we talked about that. And obviously being the bell cow back of this Lancer team and what it was like having 35 carries in a game. All that and coming up on the Dakota Beverage pregame show.
Yep, that's coming up in a little bit. But first, we're going to take a 2-minute timeout right now, and we'll come back with the GPAC Saturday Football Report. And that, of course, is hosted by the Commissioner Corey Westra. This is the Dakota Beverage pregame show. He's Tel Tanner. I'm Steve Toom. This is Lancer Football right here on KYNT.
I wasn't worried about getting sick from vaping until my friends started having trouble breathing. I noticed I was getting winded too. We quit together. Now, we both feel healthier.
Seems like everyone's vaping, but when my little brother started, not good. I knew it was time to quit. Having a quit line coach really helped.
Use a quit line coach and you are 2 times more likely to stay quit. There's no better way to quit. Make your quit stick. Call 1-866-SD-QUITS now. You're gonna love your quit.
It's pheasant and waterfowl season, and Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports has what you need for your best hunting buddy, your dog. Practice up with a throw dummy, only $9.99. Insulated kennel covers are $99.99. A dog cot is $59.99. Adjustable dog vests are $79.99. And Dakota Archery has a variety of dog training collars in stock.
Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
Before the Lancers play,
after the game, or maybe even while watching it here. Enjoy authentic flavor at RV Grill House and Sports Bar.
We're American themed and feature handcrafted dishes and daily specials with an amazing selection of beer and spirits. Enjoy burgers, steaks, wings, and ribs, sandwiches, salads, seafood, and plenty of HD TVs.
Authentic flavor,
family driven,
and a memorable atmosphere.
Join us at RV Grill House and Sports Bar next to River Rocks Event Center on Broadway in Yankton. Go Lancers!
Aztec offers a $1,000 sign-on bonus for day and weekend production shifts and $2,000 for evening shift with immediate benefits and relocation assistance. Walk-in interviews are available for assembler, CNC machinist, electrician, equipment operator, equipment sales coordinator, machine operator, manufacturing engineer, painter, inventory control cycle counter, quality system specialist, and welder. Build your career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click on careers at aztecindustries.com or stop by for an interview.
This is the GPAC Football Saturday Report for Saturday, October 30. Brought to you by the Great Plains Athletic Conference. To learn more, go to gpacsports.com or on Twitter at gpacsports. On your Football Saturday Report this week, let's begin with the scoreboard from last Saturday around the conference. Concordia at home defeated Midland by the final of 21-7. Northwestern was a winner at Dakota Wesleyan 50-0. Morningside over Dordt in a top 20 matchup in Sioux City, 34-28. Briar Cliff was a winner at Jamestown, 41-38. And Doane at home defeated Mount Marty and the Lancers. The final in Crete was 28-7. Hastings had the bye last week for GPAC football. Let's go now to the week number 9 Hoffman America Sports Football Players of the Week. Caleb Schwiegert at wide receiver from Morningside is the offensive player of the week. The senior had a pair of big receptions in the final minute that put Morningside in front to stay at home against Dordt. The final was 34-28. He had 108 yards on 7 catches in the contest. Peyton Mitchell of Concordia at defensive back is the defensive player of the week. The senior from Waverly, Kansas, had 3 picks on Saturday in the win over Midland. The Bulldog D, as a total, had 6 interceptions on the day in Seward. And Chase Carter at kicker for Morningside is the special teams player of the week for GPAC football. The junior from Knoxville, Iowa, had a big day in Morningside's win over Dordt. He converted 4 field goals in the game. He also made all of his extra points. Read more about the Hoffman America Sports Football Players of the Week at gpacsports.com. That's a look back at last week around the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Coming up after the break, we'll preview this week in GPAC football. The GPAC Football Saturday Report rolls on right after this. The Great Plains Athletic Conference is an affiliated conference of the NAIA. Founded in 2000, the GPAC is proud of our academic and athletic excellence. The GPAC has boasted 32 Team NAIA national champions, and this year has nearly 1,300 NAIA scholar athletes with over 160 NAIA scholar teams. To learn more, go to gpacsports.com or on Twitter at GPACsports. It's the final Saturday of October for GPAC football for this 2021 season, and there are once again 5 games on the slate this week around the GPAC. Let's go to the schedule. Everything's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for kickoffs. Midland will be at home this week in Fremont. The Warriors will host Doane and the Tigers. Dakota Wesleyan travels to Sioux City to take on Briarcliff and the Chargers at Memorial Field. It's another top 20 matchup this week in Orange City. Number 2 Northwestern will host number 20 Dordt at 1 o'clock at DeValois Stadium, Corver Field. Hastings on the road to Yankton to take on the Mount Marty Lancers. And Morningside will be back at home this week where the Mustangs will host Jamestown and the Jimmies. And that's your schedule this week around the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Let's take a look at the NAIA football ratings as they were once again updated this week. Lindsey Wilson remains number 1 in the country. Northwestern and Morningside at 2-3. No change for those two teams. Grandview at 4. Baker at 5. Kansas Wesleyan is 6. Indiana Wesleyan is 7. Reinhardt 8. Marion 9. And Concordia, Michigan has now dropped down to number 10. Dordt in the top 20 at number 20 this week for the Defenders. Just a couple of weeks of GPAC football remain after this week. Check out the updated standings at gpacsports.com. This has been your GPAC Football Saturday Report for October 30. I'm Corey Westra.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966, and with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy-crawling pests? Olson Pest Technicians can treat and cure them. Right now, they can provide grain fumigation on the farm and do one-shots for homes to keep pests out for the winter. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KIL-BUGS.
This past year, we have all spent lots more time at home. This is Deb Speck from Vision Real Estate, and if you're ready for a change, give me a call. I'm here to make a move as easy as possible. We provide complimentary moving boxes as well as an enclosed trailer for our clients. Call me, Deb Speck, Vision Real Estate, 664-5555 to make a move.
Headaches and pains taking you out of your game? Who are you going to call? At First Chiropractic Centers, we have been helping people get back into their game for over 40 years. Whether your game is sports-related, household chores, exercising, or just day-to-day activity, and your pain is preventing you from enjoying or participating in your chosen activity, we can help. Who are you going to call? First Chiropractic Centers in Yankton, Scotland, Kendall, Wagner, and Hartington. First Chiropractic Centers, whole health with hands-on healing.
You can depend on Vision Insurance Group to help you look at the big picture. Committed to helping South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, and North Dakota residents assess their immediate and long-term needs and help you choose options that will help you achieve your goals. When you want to explore options for protecting your home, personal property, or financial future, Vision Insurance Group is available to answer your questions. Visit VisionInsuranceGRP.com. Vision Insurance Group. Live in the vision.
Back on KYNT, this is the Dakota Beverage pregame show. I'm Tal Tanner, now joined by Kua Nishigaya, the starting running back of this Mount Marty Lancer football program. Kua, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. The weather out is a little chilly, but, you know, we're surviving.
We're surviving. I wanted to ask you about that. You're out of Hawaii. Mm-hmm. You were here last winter. You saw a South Dakota winter. Yep. What's it like? What's the difference there?
Big difference compared to home. At home, we're looking at 60-degree weather in the wintertime, and the wind chill is not as nearly as bad as it is here. Last winter, I think we got down to negative 40 one night. And that was absolutely crazy. I tried going outside. Wasn't looking forward to that. Wasn't looking forward to that at all.
Yeah, it's always fun when you live where the air itself hurts your face, right? That was probably a new experience.
No, it was. I remember the first time it snowed here. Went outside, a couple snowball fights here and there, a couple snow angels, just had to have fun with it.
There you go. Yeah. Was that your first time seeing snow?
Yes, it was.
I can't even imagine that. I grew up here, so I couldn't even imagine, but I'm still jealous. You're living in Hawaii, so that's pretty cool. I want to talk about that decision to come to Yankton in the first place. You were in Hawaii, and you were recruited to come to Mount Marty. Tell me about that process and the eventual decision.
The process started with Coach Mick, I was on Twitter. I was looking for places to go, and I researched him, got a little background information about him, seeing he was a great coach and things like that. He got me to come here, he told me this was a football town. So far, I can't complain. I think it is. The atmosphere and stuff is pretty damn good at the games. So that's one thing. But going back into the recruiting process, I just hit him through Twitter. He offered me a pretty good scholarship package to come here. He was the first coach I thought that actually believed in me and gave me an opportunity, And I think now I'm honestly reaping the benefits. I mean, who gives a 5'6" kid 40 carries, in a game?
Absolutely. The new record for the Mount Marty Lancers. Steve Toom and I, who are calling the games, we talk a lot about that over the last couple of weeks. 35 carries in a game for a running back in today's game is pretty much unheard of. Of all the records that have been set in the inaugural season, we think that's one that could stand for a while. What do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. I mean, power to the small guys, You don't need to be a 6-foot running back, and 200 pounds to take that kind of totes, You can take the hits at that size. It really doesn't matter. It's what you have inside, your heart. It's how big your heart is, I think. And, there's no one, I think, across the field that I'm ever going to be afraid of. I'm going to hit him in the mouth no matter what.
Kua, I'm a pretty small guy. I really appreciate you when I watch you on the football field running people over. Let's talk about that. When you're on the field, Coach Micheletti has been very high on you, talking on the Lancer Locker and in our interviews about how tough you are, about how you always want more carries. Tell me about that mentality.
I think that mentality is something that we share, me and Coach Mick. It's just that dog mentality you have inside. Like I said earlier, it doesn't matter how small you are. It's just what you're willing to do, what you're willing to overcome. It's all about heart. It's all about heart.
Kua, I wanted to ask you one more thing here. We talked about your decision to move to Yankton and the snow and everything you've been here. Tell me about your favorite thing in Yankton, South Dakota.
I went down to the lake a couple times. I thought it was pretty nice. My friend Charlie Gill took me out there. We went fishing. Also, I went to Charlie's a couple times. I gotta say, it's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining me today, Kua. I really enjoyed this talk.
Yes, sir.
This is the Dakota Beverage pregame show. We're going to take a break, come back, and have more pregame show for you right here on KYNT.
Your family is a part of the Hy-Vee family. That's why they're here in Yankton for anything you need. Looking for steakhouse quality beef, fresh produce, and organic options, or the best options for anything else that's on your list? Hy-Vee has the products you're looking for. Convenient aisles online shopping for pickup and delivery, and Hy-Vee deals with coupons and sales to make your shopping budget go further.
Shop Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Core Trust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from Core Trust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit coretrustbank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is everyone's favorite place to eat and catch the game. Whether it's dine in or carry out, Checkers menu has mouth-watering burgers, satisfying sandwiches and wraps, and of course, wings. With 17 specialty wing flavors, there's a sauce for everyone, like buffalo, spicy garlic, and honey chipotle. And don't forget to try their sauce of the month. You can get all these hot and ready to eat daily from 11 to 11. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill, 689-2244.
Okay, Lancers fans, it's that time again. Time to bank some noise for this game break with First Dakota National Bank. Give me an S for all these great sponsors. Bubble over with glee because your nacho cheese is finally warm. And if you're cruising down the highway, keep an eye out for our return to the gridiron. Make some noise with us at First Dakota. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Crane Youngworth Field. This is the Dakota Beverage pregame show, getting you ready for Mount Marty versus Hastings football. The kickoff is at the top of the hour. Along with Tel Tanner, I'm Steve Toom. Gorgeous day here, plenty of sunshine, expecting a high of 60 degrees today for the Broncos versus the Lancers. Let's examine the Hastings Broncos, 1-6 under first-year head coach Matt Franzen. The Broncos started off with 4 straight losses. At Northwestern, 45-13. They lost at home to Dort, 61-10. A close loss at home to Jamestown, 32-28. A loss on the road to Dakota Wesleyan, 27-16. But then they beat Briar Cliff, a thrilling come-from-behind victory in Sioux City, 24-23. That has been the only victory for Hastings this year. They've lost 2 in a row. They got beat by Morningside 62-7, and then 2 weeks ago at Doane 44-0 as the offense went quiet for Hastings in that game, as starting quarterback John Zamora went down with injury, and the offense was only able to get 116 total yards. Meanwhile, Doane piled up 474 yards in that 44-0 win by the Doane Tigers. Meanwhile, for Mount Marty, a week ago, they were in Creighton, Nebraska to take on those very same Doane Tigers. 28-7, the score in that game, as the Lancers kind of put themselves behind the 8 ball early on. They went for it early in the game, 4th and 1 in their own territory, didn't get it, and on the very next play, Doane threw a touchdown pass. But the Lancers were able to kind of hang around in that game. It was only 14-0 at halftime.
Yeah, they were able to hang around thanks to their defense. You know, we talked about it in the broadcast last week, but 28 points, that's actually the second lowest total given up this season, only second to the first game of the season against Dakota Wesleyan. And that just proves the Lancers are a defensive team. They're able to hold teams 2 points when they need to. They've been able to run with a Morningside. They've been able to run with a Northwestern for majority of a game. And now they've got a 1-6 team in Hastings in town. They have a real shot. If they can lean on their defense and then get some points on the board offensively, I think they can walk away with a win today.
The numbers that these teams put up and give up are just eerie how similar it is. For Hastings, they are only averaging 88 yards a game on the ground, 166 through the air, 254 yards. Mount Marty, 93 yards per game on the ground, 202 through the air, a little more success there, and more yards per game offensively at 295. Hastings scores 14 points a game. Mount Marty, 12 points a game. The Hastings give up 42 points a game defensively. The Lancers, 41.5 points per game. It is just eerie. Flip it over to the defense when you get into the numbers there. Hastings is giving up 217 yards per game on the ground, 270 through the air. That's 487 overall. They've registered 9 sacks and 9 interceptions. Mount Marty, they give up 189 yards per game on the ground, 264 through the air, 453 total, 10 sacks registered by the Lancer defense, 7 interceptions, just pretty much even up all the way down the line. The difference is that Hastings managed to get a come-from-behind victory against Briar Cliff on the road. Meanwhile, Mount Marty, they had that home game against Briar Cliff back on September the 25th, 36-28. Briar Cliff won that one. A number of errors in that game led to the victory by the Chargers, and we talked with Coach Micheletti after the game, and that one left a bad taste in his mouth.
Yeah, you know, I've talked to Coach Micheletti about that particular game and the feeling afterwards multiple times since then. If there's any game this season that has left a bad taste in the mouths of the Lancers, it's that one. Because realistically, every person on the Lancers team feels like they should have won that game. And they had a chance to late in the game and let it slip. And, you know, that's one of the things with a very young team that can happen. You know, you've never been in a situation like that before. Sometimes it can slip. Now they've been in that situation. They know what it's like to lose a game like that. And it'll be hard-pressed to watch them do it again. I don't think it's going to happen.
One thing we've talked about earlier, John Zamora, the quarterback, injured early on against Doane. He is dressed. He is out there warming up on the field. We expect him to play today. And he's having a good year over 1,000 yards passing, 66% of his passes completed, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. That is John Zamora's numbers coming in, the 5th-rated quarterback in the GPAC conference. And we expect Torrin Devericks to get the start today for Mount Marty.
Yeah, talking about those quarterbacks, I spoke to both of these coaches yesterday. Coach Franzen said that whether Zamora plays or not is really going to be a game-time decision. Looking like he is warming up. He's taking some reps. We expect him to play, as you said, but if he doesn't, it's going to be interesting who they start. Both Michael Rutherford and Nick Moss had some playing time in that game against Doane last week, or 2 weeks ago, since they had a bye week when Zamora went down. Rutherford went 0 for 2 with 2 interceptions in that game. Instantly came out. Nick Moss came in and went 4 for 12 for 23 yards and an interception for the remainder of that game. The Broncos could not move the ball without their starting quarterback. They need him today.
And the Broncos will rely on Tyree Neesmith, a senior out of Baltimore. He has 483 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns on the year. We're going to take a timeout as we continue the Dakota Beverage pregame show. 2-minute break coming your way, and then we'll hear from the Hastings head coach, Matt Franzen. That interview brought to you by Sherco. First, a 2-minute break here from Crane Youngworth Field. He's Tal Tanner. I'm Steve Toom. This is Lancer Football right here on KYNT.
Not all funerals are the same, and neither are funeral homes. This is Paul Wintz of the Wintz and Ray Funeral Home and Cremation Service in Yankton. A death in a family is one of life's most significant events. We understand the importance of such an event and realize there are no second chances. We will guide you through all your options so you are comfortable with the services chosen. Our experience, professionalism, compassion, and attention to detail will ensure everything is perfect. Wintz and Ray Funeral Home, Yankton.
See clearly? Drive safely at Abra Auto Body and Glass of Yankton. A crack or chipped windshield can impair your vision, and we care about the people behind the glass. Introducing the all-day, everyday $199 windshield replacement. That's right, most windshields replaced with best in replacement technology and top quality materials for only $199. Call or stop in today at Abra Auto Body and Glass, locally owned and operated by Northtown Automotive, North Highway 81 in Yankton.
Locally owned businesses help build strong communities, and that's true with Triple Time Rudy's. You get a locally owned business that offers fuel discounts for Yankton's largest employers, supports local schools and events, and carries quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and Kaler Locker meats that customers love. Triple Time Rudy's is conveniently located at 17th and Broadway for your daily fill-ups and convenience needs. So pull in to Triple Time Rudy's today.
It's the best time of the year, sports fans. Weekend tailgates, watch parties with family and friends, big games on the big screen at home or in your favorite sports bar, and our very own Mount Marty Lancer Sports. Spend your favorite season with America's favorite beer in hand, Budweiser or Bud Light. If you love sports and you love drinking beer, grab some Budweiser or Bud Light and cheer on your Mount Marty Lancers. Welcome back to the Dakota Beverage pregame show. I'm Tal Tanner, now joined by the head coach of the Hastings Broncos, Matthew Franzen. Franzen, you are in your first season as the head coach of Hastings College. You're coming from Doane. At Doane, you had a 65-49 record, but you're no stranger to Hastings. You were an assistant there for years. Tell me about your first season as the head coach of the Broncos.
Well, it's been a process, and I think where we're at, there's some similarities to what's going on at Mount Marty. There's some differences. Hastings College has had football consistently for well over 100 years, whereas the Mount Marty program is brand new. But we're definitely in a period where we're building for the future. It's been an interesting year. It's been disappointing in a couple of the games that we've played, and we're still kind of finding our way, even as the season is getting toward the end. But we haven't played what we feel is our best football consistently yet all season, and we're still trying to find that.
There's been a lot of similarities between these two teams. Both have struggled. Mount Marty in their inaugural season, averaging just under 100 rushing yards per game. Hastings the same way, just under 100 at 88. Passing yards, 165 per game for Hastings, 201 for Mount Marty. These teams mirror each other in many ways, Coach.
Yeah, no, we really do. I've had some people locally here ask me about the game Saturday and, about the upstart team. And I said, I really think the home field advantage is going to be a big factor in this game. And watching the Mount Marty film all season against the common opponents that we've played, I think it's the biggest difference is that the Mount Marty team is a young team that is working toward building and finding that success. We have a big senior class that hasn't had much success through their 3 or 4 years that they've been here, and that's more what we're kind of working with, trying to figure out how to win with a group that we felt all along was fairly talented. And in both cases, with Hastings and Mount Marty, with both teams, we just haven't found that equation to win games yet. So obviously somebody's going to win this one.
Coach, you've had a couple of weeks now to look at this Mount Marty team on film. Tell me about your starting quarterback and what they're going to see against this Mount Marty defense.
Well, so John Zamora is our starting quarterback, has been all season, and actually has put together an impressive season. I think he's fifth in the conference as far as quarterback rating, and statistically makes really good decisions, takes care of the football. He had an injury in the Doane game, which has made his status here in the Mount Marty game, even though it was 2 weeks ago, he's still questionable for the Mount Marty game. And so he's practiced this week. He's been fairly limited, and he hasn't been ruled out. So we're still listing him as the starting quarterback. But you might end up seeing a couple of quarterbacks. But one of the things that we've wanted to do all season is run the ball. As you said earlier, we haven't consistently run the ball. We've ran it well in a couple games. We've struggled to run the ball against a few opponents, and you know who those teams are, because everybody's struggled against the Morningsides, Dorts, and Northwesterns as we have. But we're still working on that. We're still trying to run the ball. You're going to see us run the ball and commit to that. And then our passing game is generally set up off of the run game with our play action pass.
Coach, this Mount Marty offense has also seen a couple of different quarterbacks this season. What are you seeing from the Lancers offense, and how is your defense prepared for this upcoming game?
Well, offensively, the one thing that we've tried to simulate in practice, which it's always difficult to simulate another offense when you don't have the same players, and obviously practice reps, timing, all those things. But the tempo that Mount Marty likes to run with is something that we really haven't seen in the games that we've played yet. And so we've tried to simulate that as far as running a play, getting right back on the line of scrimmage, running the same play again, or getting on the line of scrimmage and running the hard count, looking to the sideline. So trying to set our defense up to just to line up and play football, play after play after play, and not being able to substitute maybe a whole lot and that. So anyway, we're a defense that we felt like all season we have a decent amount of talent in our front seven, in our defensive line and linebacking core. The last two times out, it's felt like we've really been exposed in the run game against Doane, and then prior to that against Morningside. Both teams ran the ball against us fairly well. So that's an area that we want to get back to playing good physical defense up front, and hopefully getting back to winning some of those battles on the line of scrimmage.
Coach, thank you very much for joining me today.
Okay. Thank you, Till.
That was Coach Matthew Franzen, the new head coach of the Hastings Broncos, right here on the Dakota Beverage pregame show. We're going to take a break, come back, and have more pregame show action for you right here on KYNT.
No two breasts are the same. They're different sizes, different density, and they change over time. Sometimes they develop breast cancer. If you notice changes in your breast, call your provider to schedule a mammogram. Starting at age 40, put getting a mammogram with the Vera Breast Center on your yearly to-do list. We'll create a screening plan that makes sense for you. Find a screening location near you at avera.org/breast.
What he's saying is, if you adopt me, I'll be a great companion to you.
What she's saying is, if you adopt me, I will be a quiet, trusted friend.
The Heartland Humane Society has dogs and cats ready for adoption. Every animal available for adoption is vaccinated, spayed or neutered, microchipped, and dewormed, saving you $200 or more in vet care. See available pets at heartlandhumanesociety.net or stop at 3400 East Highway 50, Yankton.
With grain carts getting bigger and better every year, don't you think it's time to outfit them accordingly? Sherco's 4500 Series HD electric tarp works seamlessly with existing Sherlock tarps. The heavy-duty extruded arms are the strongest on the market and come with a lifetime warranty. Operating is easy and convenient with one of our smart remote options that let you open and close your tarp with the push of a button. Call to order yours today at 1-800-474-8756. Make it Sherco.
We can help you achieve your fitness goals while in the comfort of your own home. Hi, this is Ken with Ace Bike and Fitness. With our full line of exercise equipment from top brands such as True Fitness and Spirit Fitness, you'll get your innovative technology and high-quality machines that will withstand the toughest workouts day after day. Take your fitness to the next level with a treadmill, elliptical, or bike from Ace Bike and Fitness, 2404 Broadway in Yankton.
And welcome back to Crane Youngworth Field along with Tell Tanner. I'm Steve Toom. Great to have you here. This is the Dakota Beverage pregame show, getting you ready for kickoff between the Broncos and the Lancers coming up at the top of the hour. Right now, let's go over the starting lineups brought to you by Slumberland. They have free interior design service plus great brands like Tempur-Pedic, Lazy Boy, and Flex Steel. It's Slumberland on Broadway in Yankton with the starting lineups for the final home game of the season for the Lancers. I'll turn things over to Tell Tanner.
We'll start off with the Mount Marty Lancers as we usually do, starting off with the big boys up front on the offensive line. Starting with the left tackle, Zachary Fenderson, a 6', 250-pound freshman out of Fort Worth, Texas. The left guard, Anil Pastrana, a 6'1", 317-pound freshman out of Fort Worth, Texas. The center, another freshman, Luke Clayton, 6'1", 321 pounds out of Wichita, Kansas. The lone upperclassman on this offensive line, Kiko Nunez, a sophomore, 6', 305 pounds out of Dickinson, Texas, a junior in the classroom, sophomore on the field. The right tackle, Matthew Ellis, a freshman, 6'2", 314 pounds out of Marlin, New Jersey. Ellis returning after being shaken up last week in the Doane game. Going to the tight end, Rex Reichen, one of the captains of this team, 6'2", 212-pound junior out of Yankton, South Dakota, a hometown kid. Wide receiver Austin Vigance, a 5'11", 208-pound freshman out of Brandon, South Dakota, along with Jonah Miyazawa on the outside, 5'11", 176-pound sophomore out of Honolulu, Hawaii. And Trey Hansen making another start today, a 5'11", 164-pound freshman wide receiver out of Gilbert, Iowa. We did see Trevor Fitzgerald warming up in the pregame. We'll see if he plays, but we're looking for him today, Steve.
Yeah, he did not play last week against Doane, but he is dressed today, was taking some practice reps. Hopefully he can be back on the field. He's a key part of the passing game for Mount Marty. Let's finish up the starters.
Go to the starting running back. We just spoke to him a few minutes ago on the pregame show. Kua Nishigaya, a 5'7", 161-pound sophomore out of Hawaii. And the starting quarterback today, Torin Deverick, starting today for the Lancers. 5'10", 210-pound junior out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
We mentioned the Lancers scored 12 points per game on offense, 295 yards of total offense, 202 through the air, 93 yards per game on the ground. Their third down efficiency, 29%. Let's meet the Broncos.
Let's do it, starting with the left tackle, Chris Lira, 6'4", 315 pounds senior out of Chula Vista, California. The left guard, Dustin Burgett, 6', 225-pound junior out of Lyons, Nebraska. Tanner Cornell, the center, 5'11", 232-pound senior out of Longview, Texas. The right guard, Steph Sherman, 6'3", 360-pound senior out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. And the right tackle, Caleb Bowenkamp, a 6'1", 253-pound senior out of Omaha, Nebraska. 4 seniors, 1 junior on a veteran offensive line. The junior, Luke Fairbanks, 6'1", 183-pound junior out of Wahoo, Nebraska, the tight end. Going to the wide receivers, the pass catchers, Quentin Sinek, a 6'1", 193-pound junior wide receiver out of Hastings, Nebraska. a hometown kid in his own right for this Bronco team. Garrett Esch, a 6'2", 186-pound freshman out of Columbus, Nebraska, and Will Austin, a 6'1", 167 sophomore wide receiver out of St. Joseph, Missouri. Go to the starting running back of the Broncos, Tyree Neesmith, a 6'1", 213-pound senior out of Baltimore,
Maryland. Yes.
Baltimore, Maryland. I'm sorry, that messed me up a little bit there. And the starting quarterback for this team. We'll see who makes the start, but it is a game-time decision. But John Zamora has been their starter all season, a 5'8", 205-pound junior out of San Antonio, Texas.
Austin, their leading receiver, 28 catches, 202 yards, 1 touchdown on the year. Neesmith, their leading rusher, 483 yards on 115 carries, 4.2 average, 3 rushing touchdowns. He's also caught 16 passes and 2 receiving touchdowns on the year. The Broncos, 14 points a game, 255 yards of offense, 166 through the air, 88 on the ground. Let's meet the defenses first for Mount Marty.
Starting with the defensive line, Dalen Norman on the left end, 6'3", 273-pound sophomore out of Gainesville, Florida. Salvador Chavez, a 6'1", 226-pound junior out of Monterey Park, California, playing his last home game for Mount Marty as he is graduating. And Tavita Tomosi, the 6'2", 240-pound junior out of Brentwood, California, the right end. Go to the linebacker core, Cameron Middleton, the outside linebacker, 6'1", 208-pound freshman out of Montgomery, Texas. The middle linebacker, Drew Pendleton, 5'11", 206-pound junior out of Los Angeles, California. The other middle linebacker, a little bit of deliberation of who was going to be starting this week, but I believe it is going to be Brandon Dannenbring, a 6', 207-pound freshman out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And I think they're moving Dylan Capps to the outside today, 5'10", 187-pound junior out of Discovery Bay, California, the free safety turned linebacker. Go to the secondary for this Lancer defense. Marcus Janofin starting again for the Lancers at the cornerback position, 6'2", 172-pound sophomore. The other corner, Avery Rice, 5'11", 170-pound sophomore out of Harrisburg, South Dakota. We'll see a whole lot of Justin Chop in the nickel formation as well. He's a 5'11", 182-pound junior. And the two safeties for this team, Braden Swan, the free safety, 5'11", 164-pound freshman out of Mariah, New York, and Jaron Mortensen, a 6'1", 186-pound junior out of Duchesne, Utah.
10 sacks, 7 interceptions for the Lancer team defense this year. They give up 189 yards on the ground, 264 through the air, 453 overall. Let's meet the Bronco defense.
Starting off with the defensive line, they run a 4-3 compared to the Lancers 3-4. Starting off with the defensive line, Beasley Higuoro, a 6'4", 235-pound senior out of Houston, Texas on the left end. The left tackle, 5'11", 250-pound senior is Chance Bolin out of Escalon, California. Harrison Uday, a 5'11", 263-pound senior out of Nigeria on the defensive line. And the right defensive end, Jaron Preston, a 6'3", 250-pound senior out of Georgia. Go to the linebackers, Tyler Pulaski, the Sam back, 5'8", 183-pound junior out of Pleasanton, Nebraska. The middle linebacker, Mason Catterson, a 5'10", 214-pound freshman out of Tucson, Arizona. And the will linebacker, Titus Clay, 6', 200-pound senior out of Conroe, Texas. Go to the secondary, the left corner for this team, Carlo Terrell, a 6'3", 182-pound junior out of Kansas City, Missouri. And Marcus Rice, a 5'6", 175-pound sophomore out of Denver, Colorado, the two starting corners. Go to the safeties, Kobe Brandenburg, a 6', 182-pound junior out of Central City, Nebraska. And Caden Feldacker, a 6', 178-pound sophomore out of Omaha, Nebraska.
Broncos defense, 9 sacks, 9 interceptions on the year. They give up 217 yards per game on the ground, 270 through the air, 487 overall. And that's the starting lineups for both teams. It's been brought to you today, as always, by Slumberland. They're located on Broadway in Yankton. We'll take a timeout and come back and hear from Coach Micheletti after this break. This is the Dakota Beverage pregame show, getting you ready for Mount Marty versus Hastings football. Back in a couple of minutes with the Coach Micheletti interview. Then will be brought to you by Sherco. He's Tel Tanner. I'm Steve Toom. This is Lancer football right here on KYNT.
There are so many ways to make memories at the Pizza Ranch Buffet. This is Annie at Yankton Pizza Ranch, and whether you're getting your favorite pizza with a buffet your way request or celebrating by digging into the country's best chicken, make buffet memories with your favorite people and your favorite food on the buffet at Yankton Pizza Ranch.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Have you been hesitant to sell your house? It can be a hassle. Cleaning for showings, waiting for the right offer, hoping it will sell. Well, with low inventory in the local market, that can mean fewer days on the market, multiple offers, and less of a hassle for you. I'm Mason Schramm with Vision Real Estate. Take advantage of the local housing market and low interest rates and make the move with Mason. Contact me at movewithmason.com.
Move with Mason.
Showtime!
When you're ready to root on the home team, make sure the celebration includes 1919 root beer. 1919 is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. The unique recipe and these choice ingredients make 1919 the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer available. In addition, 1919 is alcohol-free and contains no corn syrup, gluten, or caffeine and should be served cold or over ice cream. Available in 12-packs and single-serve cans at grocery, convenience stores, and restaurants. Try it today.
Did you hear the exciting news? Explorers Credit Union's community will now get a little larger. We are now able to serve 30 counties in southeastern South Dakota and northeastern Nebraska. This means more members experiencing banking different, more members experiencing the people first approach, more members experiencing the power of shared, more members experiencing people placed over profits. Discover the difference at Explorers Credit Union. Stop by your nearest branch or visit explorerscu.com today. Where can we take you?
Back on the Dakota Beverage pregame show, this is Tell Tanner. Now time for our coach interview brought to you by Sureco. When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. Joined by the head coach of the Mount Marty Lancers football program, John Micheletti. You have a big game coming up against 1-6 Hastings College. Tell me about the matchup.
Yeah, it's one that we want to make sure that we're able to bounce back from the previous weeks. It's one that we've had circled for a while there. That's one team that I've actually have some experience coaching against in the past. That's at Kansas Wesleyan. We ran into Hastings in the KCAC GPAC Challenge. But no, they're getting things going in the right direction. They're starting to be able to come together as a team. We're starting to come together as a team, really identify ourselves. So it's one that should be a good battle there on Saturday.
I talked to Coach Franzen not even 20 minutes ago, the head coach of the Broncos. One thing that he said and really stressed was that he thinks home field advantage is going to be big in this one. You've been at home multiple times this season, and this is going to be the final home game. Tell me about the home crowd.
Yeah, that's one thing, when I was getting talked to about being the coach here, that, Yankton is such a big football town and that they miss football since Yankton College, and, even look at the rich tradition in Yankton High School. But that overwhelming support, whether you're at Hy-Vee shopping or, down by the lake, walking, everybody wants to stop by and talk to you and, share their support for the Mount Marty football team. So we want to make sure that we're able to, thank the fans and make sure they give them something to look forward to for the year to come. This is the last home game, so it's the last little bit of something to hold them over for a while. So we want to make sure that we're able to put a good product on the field. And once again, I just show our appreciation for them, because it does help our guys feel more at home when there is, a good crowd and that support.
Coach, I see a lot of similarities between these two teams. Both teams have struggled in similar ways against the same teams, two GPAC opponents, obviously. Their lone win against Briar Cliff, 24-23, the final score, very close game. I know that's a game you feel you should have won as well. These teams seem very evenly matched on paper.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That Briar Cliff one definitely left a sour taste in my mouth after one, because I was done. We let slip away. And that's one that, looking at Hastings, as that was one of the tapes that we really looked at and seeing what they did against them. But no, they have a, pretty good run game just like we do. They're back. Number 7 does a good job of bouncing things out and looking, finding that right hole. And then the quarterback does a good job of taking care of the ball. And that's one thing I always look at, quarterbacks wise, is you got to make sure that you're able to take care of the ball and not take too many negative plays, because obviously the team that has more positive plays usually wins. So, tip my cap to those guys. Defensively, they've had to shuffle some guys around just like we have. have had some struggles here and there, but overall, when it comes time to it, they can force guys into turnovers and mistakes.
Coach, let's talk about your offense. We spoke to Kua Nishigaya earlier in the pregame show. Obviously, he's going to be a big part of the offense, as he always is. But tell me about the rest of your team, including your starting quarterback today.
Yeah, Torrance had a great week of practice, being able to facilitate the ball out there. Looking for, Rex Reichen to have another big day. You can never sleep on Jonah Miyazawa either. He's always a red zone threat for us. So want to make sure that we're able to get our playmakers going early, get that confidence going early so we can roll into it and, have a successful day on Saturday.
Coach, thank you very much for joining me on the Dakota Beverage pregame show. I got one more question. Going into this Hastings team, they have a good offense. We talked about their starting quarterback. Tell me about your defense going into this matchup.
Yeah, our defense, we got to make sure that we can control what we can control, and that's our biggest emphasis is just doing your job. Looking at our youthful team, and building off that from high school, a lot of those guys were the dude in high school, and so they're asked to do a lot of things, maybe more things than they even should have. And that's one thing that we're trying to break those habits of just, hey, we don't need you to do everything. We just need you to do this simple job of maintaining your gap or guarding your guy or keeping your eyes here. So that's been our main focus these last few weeks, especially this week. Control our controllables and go forward and just do your job and trust the process.
Thank you very much for joining me today, Coach. Good luck out there.
Thanks, Tel.
This is the Dakota Beverage pregame show. That interview brought to you by Sherco. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco. We're going to take a break, come back, and finish off the pregame show right here on KYNT.
Mount Marty Lancer fall sports are in full swing. Unfortunately, with them may come injury. The Yankton Medical Clinic provides patients with the latest technologies and procedures in orthopedic care. Orthopedic surgeons, Dr. Brent Adams and Dr. Jeremy Kudera, specialize in athletic injuries, including fractures and sprains, shoulder, ankle, and knee injuries, and more. They'll have your favorite athlete back in the game in no time, offering the highest level of care right here at home. Call the Yankton Medical Clinic today. So much care, so close to home.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
Vision Care Associates provides excellent diagnostic care. Using the most advanced technology in the industry, the doctors offer their patients the highest standard of care, allowing them to diagnose and manage many eye diseases. Choose Dr. Anderson, Dr. Fieser, and Dr. Slowey for expert personalized eye care. You'll be glad you did.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Do you like a challenge, enjoy people? Are you looking for a rewarding career in the furniture business? Then come join us at the Yankton Slumberland. We are looking at expanding our sales and design team.
Our team is like a family, and you can make a lifelong career here. I have been here over 13 years, and when I started, I had no experience.
A background in sales is preferred, but not necessary. Just bring a positive attitude and a smile. Come apply in person and see what it's all about at Yankton Slumberland, 2401 Broadway, Yankton.
And welcome back to Crane Youngworth Field as we head into the final moments of the Dakota Beverage pregame show. Remember, whether it's Coors Light or Miller Lite, please do drink responsibly. Team captains are meeting at the middle of the field for the coin toss. It'll be Mount Marty wearing the home uniforms, navy blue, gold pants and helmets, the white numbers and letters. The road uniforms today for Hastings, white with the crimson numbers, crimson pants, and the crimson helmets with the white horseshoe on it, much like the Indianapolis Colts, only in different colors. And the coin toss happening right as we speak. Gorgeous conditions here, sunshine, a little bit of wind kicking up, not a cloud in the sky. And let's see what Chris Ehlers, the referee, signals for the coin toss. Mount Marty has won the toss and has deferred to the second half, so it'll be the Lancer defense on the field first here. And as we wrap up, Tell, what do you see as the keys to today's matchup?
Well, right now I'm looking at one right now on the field. John Zamora was out there as one of the captains on the coin flip for this Hastings team. Looks like he is going to be starting today, and we're about to see him and this offense against this Lancer defense. That's the biggest matchup of the day, is Zamora versus the Lancer secondary. Are the Broncos going to be able to move the ball? If they can, this could be a very interesting game. If Mount Marty's defense is able to make them one-dimensional, make them run the ball to beat the Lancers, I think the Lancers are going to win this game, Steve. It is truly going to be the matchup between Zamora and the Lancers secondary.
And I think it will be also up, not just the secondary, but that front line of the Lancers has to get some pressure on Zamora. If he indeed is the starting quarterback today, we expect him to start. He is a junior out of San Antonio. 7 touchdowns, 1 interception, completing 66% of his passes. We mentioned Will Austin, their main receiver, 28 catches, but they got several guys with 16 catches, including Quentin Sinek, Garrett Esch, and Tyree Neesmith, their running back. So he will spread the ball around today. And the Bronco offense will be on the field first. And teeing it up, Jonathan Cardosa Chicas, the kicker for the Lancers. Great to have you today with us. Final home game for the Lancers. He's Tal Tanner. I'm Steve Toom. We are underway. A high end-over-end kickoff, and it is collected at the 25-yard line by one of the up men, and he makes the fair catch, and that is Brett Simonson, the backup running back out of Sutton, Nebraska, and we'll expect to see him quite a bit today as well. But the running game is centered on Tyree Neesmith, the senior out of Baltimore, Maryland. He has a 75-yard touchdown run. That's accounted for a good chunk of his 483 yards. And it looks like it's going to be Nick Moss in at quarterback to start things off. The big junior, he's a 254-pounder, hands off. Neesmith knifes through traffic straight up the middle, gains 4 yards. We expected Zamora, but it's Nick Moss, the junior out of Aurora, Colorado.
Yeah, I'll tell you what just happened, Steve. They paraded John Zamora in the pregame, had him throwing, warming up, and then marched him out there for the coin toss to throw everybody for a loop, including the Lancer defense, then marched Nick Moss onto the field. We'll see if they were able to throw the Lancers off on this opening series.
2nd down and 6, first possession of the game, handoff. It's Neesmith up the middle. He'll plow into the line, move the pile forward to the 28, gain of another 4, sets up 3rd and 2. The Hastings offense struggled mightily 2 weeks ago with Zamora out of the lineup. Something I think another key for the Broncos, they have to avoid the long down and distance situations on 3rd downs. This is what they want. 3rd down and 2 from the 28-yard line. The Broncos driving right to left on your radio dial. Pistol formation with 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Neesmith up the middle, has the first down, gets to the 31-yard line, move the chains.
Yeah, he needed about 3, and he got exactly 3. He needed exactly what he needed. And that's the first down of the game for either team. All 3 on the ground from the starting running back of this team, Neesmith.
Yep, they're at the 36-yard line. 1st down and 10. Broncos send 2 receivers out to the left, 1 out to the right. Pistol formation for Moss, the quarterback. Claps his hands, wants to throw. Quick pass, a little down and out to the right side. Caught. About a 9-yard gain out to the 45. That's Garrett Esch, the freshman out of Columbus, Nebraska, his 17th catch on the year. Quick pass, and I expect a lot of that today, Tel, from Hastings. Quick passes, short routes. I don't see them throwing the ball deep very often.
Yeah, I agree. They're going to be trying to march down the field slowly and methodically, especially with a new quarterback in the game.
3 receivers to the left. Handoff, 2nd and 1. Neesmith, a big hole up the middle. He breaks through into the secondary, and the last man tackles him at the 35-yard line. Otherwise, he was gone. That's Tyree Neesmith, 1st down for Hastings as he just ran it up the middle.
Yeah, Cameron Middleton just got him by the shoestrings about 15 yards downfield, maybe closer to 20. That was a big run for Hastings.
They're at the Lancer 36-yard line, 1st and 10, just underway, 12:30 left to go, 1st quarter, no score, 2 receivers either side. Empty backfield now. Moss throw, pass, caught out on the right side, and spinning out of bounds is Courtney Lane, the senior wideout out of San Jose, California. Again, another short pass out to the right side, and we have an injured player down for... Looks like Mount Marty, one of the Lancers, injured on the far side of the field, right at the 30-yard line. Have a break in the action. I'd like to remind you that this first half of football is brought to you by Vision Real Estate, where their focus is always on you. We've got 12-14 left to go. First quarter, no score, first drive of the game. There was a big pileup over on the far side of the field as Lane was being tackled out of bounds. It will be a first down when play resumes for the Hastings Broncos. And slow to get up, we're trying to see. Boy, the secondary is pretty shaky as is. And that is going to be Josiah Gaetani, the backup corner. He is slow to get up, but he is walking off under his own power. Again, we mentioned that secondary a little thin for the Lancers. They've had to shift some guys around.
Yeah, Gaetani coming off the field. He is jogging off the field under his own power. Looks like it might have just been a stinger, but the Lancers giving up some yards to Hastings on their opening drive, already at the 25, Steve.
Yep, 1st and 10, Hastings from the Lancer 25. They show blitz. Neesmith up the middle. He'll push the pile ahead 2 yards, and that's all. I expect Neesmith to get a lot of carries today. He has 115 in 7 contests coming into today. Lancer football brought to you in part by Dakota Beverage. Remember, whether it's Coors Light or Miller Lite, please do drink responsibly. 2nd down and 8. Shotgun set. 3 receivers to the left, 1 out to the right. Moss claps his hands, looks, being pressured, rolls out to his right, throws on the run to the end zone, incomplete over the head of Will Austin.
That was great pressure right up the middle by Dalen Norman. Norman got off the ball so fast, got around his man, and almost got the tackle and got the sack. I thought he was being held for a second there, might have called it. No call, it had to roll out to his right, and then all of a sudden, you had Dylan Capps on you, breathing down your neck. He just had to get rid of it, honestly.
3rd and 8 from the Lancer 23-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun set. Play action, throw, pass, knocked out of bounds, incomplete. Intended for Lane, a short pass out to the right side. Janofin tapped it away out of bounds.
Yeah, both Middleton and Janofin were in that lane, ready to put a hand on the ball. That wasn't the best throw in that situations. 2 men in the area, and the Lancers get off the field on 3rd down.
Now the Broncos bring out the field goal unit. This will be a 40-yard attempt for Jason Bockel. His long is 47 on the year. They're on the right hash mark, and it is, I believe Zamora is the holder. It's snapped down, kick, it's a line drive, and it is blocked! And it's recovered by the Lancers. That one was never had a chance.
Well, I tell you what, Steve, it is senior day here in Yankton, and the lone senior on this team, Salvador Chavez, got that one. Got a big hand on that ball, knocking it down.
11-18 left to go. Quarter number 1, no score. And now the Lancers come out on offense. Lancer football brought to you in part by Vision Real Estate, where the focus is always on you. Deverex will line them up at the 29-yard line, 1st down and 10. They'll have the shotgun set, 2 wingbacks in the formation, receivers either side. It's a rollout to the right. Deverix loads up, throws the long ball down the middle of the field, got Reichen incomplete at the 35-yard line. 2 defensive backs there. Kobe Brandenburg was 1, and then Caden Feldhacker, the other defensive back there, contesting Reichen for the ball just beyond his reach.
Yeah, I like the strategy, coming out firing to one of your best offensive weapons in Rex Reichen. Just couldn't quite get there. Throw was just a little too far.
2nd down and 10. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Busted play. Deverix looked like he was going to hand it off. He'll be sacked back at the 22-yard line.
Miscommunication on the play. Incomplete on 1st down. Big loss on 2nd down. 3rd and long for the Lancers now on their first possession.
Lancer football brought to you in part by Core Trust, helping you achieve your personal and business goals. It's Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations with Core Trust, member FDIC. 10:42 and counting, first quarter. 3rd and 16 coming up. Empty backfield. Deverix, straight drop back. Blitz coming. Steps up. He'll be swarmed under back at the 15-yard line and sacked. And a couple of big losses there for the Lancer offense. Chance Bolin senior tackle, gets the sack for the Broncos. And now Cardoso Chicas has to punt from, well, his own goal line. And it will be Lane Heikkinen standing at, the Lancer 45-yard line. He'll be kicking into just a little bit of a wind, gusting up a little bit at times, but we'll see how this works. Into the wind, no pressure. Kick is a good one, hangs up in the air. Heikkinen will let it bounce at the 48, bounces sideways, now across midfield, and rolls out of bounds on the far sideline into the Hastings bench at the Bronco 48-yard line. 9:48 left, first quarter. No score between Hastings and Mount Marty. Lancer football brought to you in part by Explorers Credit Union. Discover the difference with explorerscu.com, where the focus is on people, not profits.
Yeah, what we just saw from this Lancer team was a couple of problems that we've been seeing all year long. It has been a struggle to protect the quarterback, and Torrin got sacked on third down.
Two receivers either side, pistol formation. Moss, play action, drops back, pressured, throws towards the right sideline, tipped away, incomplete. Intended for Tyree Neesmith, who came out of the backfield, and back there defensively for the Lancers.
That was Dylan Capps, Steve. Capps was back. He's playing outside linebacker today, but he played free safety for the majority of this season. And that's a weapon you can really use as an outside linebacker. You've got a free safety covering these wide receivers out there.
And in this case, the running back circling out of the backfield. Neesmith takes the handoff on second down, breaks a couple of tackles to the right sideline. He's across the 40 near the 30-yard line where he's shoved out of bounds. Let's see. They're going to say he stepped out at the 35. Nonetheless, it's a first down for Hastings. Tyree Neesmith, the senior out of Baltimore, a tall running back at 6'1", 213 pounds. He'll stand to the right of his quarterback on 1st and 10. Oh, we got movement. The right guard move. Penalty flags are down, our first penalty. And they'll get Steph Sherman, I believe. And that'll be a 5-yard walk-off against Hastings with 9:13 left to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, we got to talk about Tyree Neesmith for a second. The man has 6 carries in the ball game, already 49 yards. He's averaging over 8 yards a carry in this first quarter.
3 receivers to the left. Shotgun set. Moss. Hands off. Smith to the right side. Has a hole. It closes quickly. The line of scrimmage was the 40. He'll get about 2 or so. They'll bring up second down and 13. If Hastings can run the ball successfully, their chances of winning this game improve drastically. But Hastings has struggled this year, only averaging 88 yards per game on the ground. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 out on the right on 2nd and 13. Moss. Pump, fakes, throws, got a man wide open, caught at the 20, to the 15, to the 10, 5, touchdown, Hastings on a little hitch and go. And that was Ryan Farley, the backup wide receiver, a sophomore out of North Platte, Nebraska. And it's quickly 6-0, Hastings with 8:26 left.
Yeah, that's what happens when you've got a running back averaging over 8 yards a carry going into that last play. The defense starts to bite. You start to play up, expecting the running back to get the ball. You throw the go route down the sideline, nobody's there to cover him.
Bockel to try the point after kick. Zamora is the holder. High snap brought down. Kick underway is good. 8:26 left to go, first quarter. Hastings 7, Mount Marty nothing. Back with the kickoff in 30 seconds right here on KYNT.
For signs of all kinds, it's SignTech. See SignTech for all your signage needs. From magnets, vinyl banners, to illuminated and digital signing, plus truck and vinyl lettering. SignTech does it all. Sales, service, and installation. Need a sign of any kind? Call 605-665-2957. Your local full-service sign shop is SignTech, 3206 East Highway 50, Yankton.
Back here at Crane Youngworth Field, along with Tel Tanner, I'm Steve Toombs. 7-0 Hastings on top of Mount Marty. I want to correct myself. That was Garrett Esch, the freshman out of Columbus, who caught that touchdown pass on the far sideline. One wears 80, one wears 88. So that was the source of my confusion there, but it was Esch who catches that touchdown pass, credited for 38 yards. And it's the Broncos up 7-0. And you mentioned it, the running game's effective, and that set up that play action, a little hitch and go. And for Nick Moss, that is his first touchdown pass of the season. And here's Bockel to kick it off, and they do an onside kick, and it is collected in by one of the Lancer up men. That was Marcos Perez. So they sent in, that was, I think, Sorbano Diaz, who tried a left-footed kick, a little trickeration there, as they tried a little onside kick, but it was collected in.
Yeah, you know, Mark, it was Perez that had a really good catch on that one, followed it over his shoulder, actually had to turn around and ran a couple yards behind him to get it, but that's a defensive back with some good hands in there, able to bring it in.
All right, there was a penalty, and it's against the Broncos. I think they were offsides on that kick. So instead of kicking it again, the Lancers will get it at midfield. So it was collected around the 45-yard line. So the option for Malmarty, take the 5 yards on the return. Miyazawa in motion right to left. Handoff, Nishigaya up the middle. Slams into the line, gets 1 yard, and that is all. Should mention our referee crew for today. Chris Ayler's our referee. The umpire is Corey Spangler. The linesman, Ross Peterson. Connor Singheisen, the line judge. Matt Schmidt, the field judge. Rusty Keith, the side judge. Chad Voskel is the back judge. The alternate, Chad Gordon. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Under 8 minutes to go, first quarter. Hastings 7, Lancers nothing. 2 receivers out to the right. Nobody out to the left side. Shotgun set. Devericks takes the snap. Quick pass. Vegans catches it out in the flat. Rumbles ahead, gets to the 40-yard line. Should be enough. Move the chains. First down.
Lancers with good field position, setting up at midfield for this drive, already getting a first down, and they're already at the 39 of Hastings. That's what happens when you try an onside kick and you don't get it. It's a big gamble. Sometimes you can give really good field position to your opponent. Lancers down 7-0. They can bring that back and tie up this ball game on this possession.
Receivers either side. Here's Trevor Fitzgerald into the game for the first time, goes in motion from right to left. Nishigaya tries the right side, has a hole to the 35, shoved out of bounds near the 31-yard line. Good gain, nearly 9 on first down for the sophomore. Boy, that right side opened up. Nishigaya sprinted to open daylight. Sets up 2nd down and 1. 2 receivers trot out to the left side. Fitzgerald out on the right side. Pistol formation. Reichen swings over. Now it's the double tight end set with Reichen and Vigans. Blitz coming. Handoff. Nishigaya met in the backfield. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all.
Yeah, it's honestly still surprising he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. He was hit about 2 yards behind the line by a much bigger man than him and able to fight for a couple extra yards.
Yep, Bolin, quick snap, penalty flags down. False start, and it's going to be on Mount Marty. They tried to quick snap to catch the Broncos offsides, but they got caught with the false start, and they're going to tag Zachary Fenderson with that. And that will back up the Lancers 5, making instead of 3rd and 1, it's now 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that's a momentum breaker right there. The Lancers had a very short distance situation with 3rd and 1. Turn it into 2nd and 6 now. Should be 3rd and 6 if they update it. Yeah, 3rd and 6 over there.
3 receivers out to the left. Now they'll switch and move to the double tight end set. 2 receivers out to the left, pistol formation. Penalty flag. Somebody moved again, I think.
Flag on the play.
We'll see what the official says. The umpire threw that one. False start on the offense. And now you make it 3rd and 11. So the Lancers going in the wrong direction here.
Yeah, both of those from the left side of the line. The first one on Zachary Fenderson, second one on Anil Pastrana. And 10 yards have just been walked off from the Lancers. They had 3rd and 1 a moment ago from the 31-yard line. Now they've got 3rd and 11 from the 41. Lancers want a timeout.
Yep, they'll call a timeout. That timeout brought to you by Pizza Ranch. For legendary chicken and the best pizza, it's Yankton's Pizza Ranch. They're on Broadway. You can call 665-1222. 6 minutes left to go, first quarter. Broncos 7, Lancers nothing. Back in action after this 30-second timeout right here on KYNT.
Want the speediest speeds and endless entertainment? Midco has it. Flexible, exceptional, reliable internet, TV, and phone solutions to support your busy, connected life. Whether you're working from home or streaming your series, you're covered. Easy installation options, steadfast service, all from the friendliest folks in the business. Ready to get started? Fantastic. Head over to midco.com.
Back here at Crane Youngworth Field. 6 minutes left to go, first quarter. Hastings 7, Mount Marty nothing. Along with Tell Tanner, I'm Steve Toom. Back-to-back false starts on the Lancers. Turn to 3rd and 1 now into a 3rd and 11. Charlie Gale checking into the game, the freshman out of North Platte. He'll be a receiver on the left side, 2 receivers to the left, 2 out to the right. Here comes Gale in motion from left to right. Straight drop back. Deverick steps up, throws in the pocket, got a man. Miyazawa catches it. Is he out of bounds? Yes. At the 25-yard line, couldn't get that foot in down before his momentum took him out of bounds.
That's unfortunate. I really thought Jonah Miyazawa was able to get that right foot down before he got out, but nope, stepped on the line as his body was carrying him out of bounds. The ball was just a little bit too far, had to really stretch out to get it, couldn't quite walk the tightrope.
Well, they're going to go for it on 4th and 11 from the 41-yard line of the Broncos. Gale goes in motion. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pressure coming. Deverick steps up to his left, throws on the run, and it's caught by Miyazawa right at the first down sticks. Move the chains. First down, Lancers. Jonah Miyazawa.
Very similar situation to what we saw last week with Doan, going for it on 4th down early in the first. Last week they didn't get it. This week they do.
They needed 11. They got 11 yards. Actually close to 12. They're at the 29-yard line. Pistol formation on 1st and 10. Swing pass. Fitzgerald to the left side. Thrown out of bounds. Short gain, maybe a yard. Fitzgerald did not play last week at all against Doan. That's his first catch today. Brings up 2nd down, and, well, we'll call it at least, 10. They didn't give him any yardage at all. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right in the pistol formation. Here comes Reichen in motion from left to right. Rollout, Devericks on the run, looking downfield, throws, heading out of bounds. He throws it away incomplete.
That was one of those moments you think about what if. Trevor Fitzgerald, about 20 yards downfield, he broke open and got open right at the very end of that play as Torrin Devericks was getting chased down and had to throw it away. You get a couple extra seconds of a hold on the offensive line, able to hold on to your guy, and maybe that would have been a big play for the Lancers.
Instead, they face 3rd and 10 from the Hastings 29-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 out to the right. Now they'll look to the sideline. Torrin Devericks has Nishigaya in the pistol formation behind him. Straight drop back. Nishigaya stays in the block. Throw over the middle of the field. Long ball, got a man. Miyazawa, touchdown! 29 yards on the touchdown. What a great arc on that ball by Torrin Devericks to Miyazawa, who had a step on the man right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, Miyazawa is such a deep threat. Just ran the post route right up the seam and was able to beat his man, fake to the outside on the post corner, and get inside for the touchdown. That's how you do it, Steve.
That is his 8th touchdown reception of the season. Remember, it was Miyazawa that kept the drive alive with that big 4th down play. They needed 11, and he got him a 12-yard catch. Now Cardosa Chicas out of the hold of Braden Swan for the PAT. Kick is on the way. It is good. We are tied at 7 apiece, 4:46 left to go. First quarter, along with Tell Tanner, I'm Steve Toom. This is Lancer Football right here on KYNT. We're back with the kickoff after this 30-second timeout.
Looking for a new look for your business?
JJ Benji's is a great source for new company clothing for you and your employees.
Now, if you don't know what to get or what's new, JJ Benji's can help.
JJ Benji's has lots of ideas on what the hottest apparel items are, the most popular styles or material, There's always something new to get, and JJ Benji's is on top of it.
For screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products for your business, JJ Benji's, 201 Pine Street, downtown Yankton.
We're back here at Crane Youngworth Field along with Tell Tanner. I'm Steve Toom, tied up at 7 apiece between the Lancers and the Broncos. Gorgeous day at Crane Youngworth Field. High temperature expected to be 60 today. A little bit of wind, but not a cloud in the sky. And the Lancers just scored on a 29-yard pass from Devericks to Miyazawa.
Yeah, they did. That was their 7th connection in the end zone this season. Those two, a big connection so far.
High end-over-end kickoff. And it is corralled by one of the receivers for the, that's Courtney Lane on the return, gets it all the way out to the 37-yard line. That's where the Broncos will be setting up shop. Lane averaging 10 yards per kickoff return. And we're tied up at 7 apiece. Lancer football brought to you in part by Gerstner Oil. No matter what you drive, make sure to fuel it up at Triple Time Rudy's. They're located on Broadway, right here in Yankton. Two receivers out to the left side, one to the right. One wing back, shotgun set. They'll move him in motion over to the left side. Moss takes the snap, hands off, up the middle. That's the backup running back who darts across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Brett Simonson, a junior out of Sutton, Nebraska. He's only averaging 2.7 yards per carry, but he got a good gain there of 5.
On the carry. That's Chavez on the stop. Second down.
Chavez got the tackle here on senior day. He's technically listed as a junior, but he will be graduating, so this is his last home game. Handoff. Simonson tries the left side. Nothing doing. Tackled right away.
That's Middleton.
Middleton with the tackle. Cameron Middleton, the freshman out of Montgomery, Texas.
Now, Marty, certainly in possession of all the momentum. 4 minutes left in the first. They just got on the end zone on a big touchdown pass from Devericks to Miyazawa. Now a third down. They can go 3 and out, get the ball right back in the hands of their offense.
Well, they need to hold here as two receivers come out to the left side. One to the right, pistol formation with one wingback who comes now in motion. Moss at quarterback claps his hands, rolls out to his left, wants to throw on the run. Got a man, it's bobbled, but the catch is made at the 48-yard line, and that is Luke Heikkinen. And that'll move the chains. First down, Hastings. Another short pass.
Another short pass, that's what it is. It's been the game plan today. You got a new quarterback in, a quarterback who is in his first start this season, Nick Moss. He is a junior, he's seen some game action, but you want to make sure he's comfortable with some short passes early.
Pistol formation, two receivers to the left, one to the right, play action. Moss throws, got a man in his face. It is incomplete over the head of Ryan Farley at the 35-yard line of Mount Marty.
That's Janofin there on the coverage.
Some good pressure coming in, and credit Moss for standing in. Now, Moss is a big guy, 6'3", 254 pounds. So he's one of those guys, you know, if you're a defensive lineman, you're not going to tap him and he's going to fall down. He's kind of like Ben Roethlisberger,
yeah,
man. You got to really wrap him up to bring him down.
You do indeed. Kind of a Carson Wentz, big Ben type of guy.
Handoff, Simonson weaves his way up the middle. A good gain on second down. He'll get across midfield to the 47-yard line. And Dalen Norman, his helmet came off, so he's got to check out. And he'll be replaced by Tyrell Klein, the freshman out of Alton, Iowa.
Another big play for the Lancers, 3rd and 5. You got to wonder what Hastings is going to be able to do here. They ran the ball very effectively at the very beginning of this game. You know, Tyree Smith already has over 50 yards just in the first quarter. Do they give it to him? Do they pass this ball on 3rd and 5? We'll see.
Well, Simonson is in at running back in the pistol formation. Two receivers to the left, one out to the right. Straight drop back. Moss being pressured, steps up, throws. Incomplete. Overshot his man at the 35-yard line. That was intended for Heikkinen, but that was way over his head. I think he expected his receiver to go deep, and instead he cut off the route.
Yeah, he did. You know, that's a great job by the Lancer defense. Able to stand there in the first quarter. Now they're going to be able to give the ball back to their offense after just getting in the end zone for the first time today.
It will be Jason Bockel to punt. He is averaging about 35.5 yards per punt on 58 attempts this year. He stands at his own 38-yard line. High snap, brought down, a little bit of pressure, gets the kick away. Miyazawa signals fair catch at the 10-yard line. That's where he hauls it in. Lancer football brought to you today in part by Mason Schramm. Buying or selling, make the move with Mason. Visit movewithmason.com. 2:17 left to go. First quarter, tied up at 7 between Mount Marty and Hastings. Last home game of the year today for the Lancers. They have the bye next week, and then on the road, they'll finish the season at Midland. First down and 10 for the Lancers. At their own 10-yard line, operating left to right on your radio dial. Pistol formation with 2 receivers out to the left. Now Nishigaya clears out, empty backfield, quarterback run. Deverix takes it himself. Not known as a running quarterback, but he'll get about 6.
Yeah, that's a new play in the playbook this week, Steve. It's not something we've seen a whole lot of.
Penalty flag, a late flag came in, and the Lancers are clapping their hands. This could be a late hit.
Might be unsportsmanlike conduct right there.
We'll wait to see what Chris Ehlers tells us, but that came in very late.
Very. I'm assuming something was said by one of the Hastings players on this one.
Or done.
Or done. Nishigaya is fired up in the backfield.
Well, nothing will fire up a team like hitting a late hit. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, and that is on Titus Clay, one of their top tacklers, and he's checked out of the game. I'm thinking Matt Franzen's going to want to have a word with him. So tack on 15 yards to the end of the play, automatic first down.
Yeah, that's going to be about a 21-yard net for the Lancers on that play. And that's huge because the Lancers were bottled up inside their own 10-yard line, Steve. Now they're at the 31 and room to work with.
They'll split 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, pistol formation. Now they'll send Riken in motion from right to left. Overloading that left side, Nishigaya clears out, swing pass to him, it's incomplete. Tried a little screen pass to him, but the Broncos were pretty wise to that one. As out there was Chris Pates, the junior backup corner. He was ready to make a hit.
Yeah, it was. You know, Torrin, he kind of missed that pass, but even if he did complete it, the Lancers might have lost yards on it, so it might have been a little bit of a blessing in disguise that one was incomplete.
2nd and 10. As Deverix has the pistol formation, receivers either side, penalty flags down. As the clock stops with 1:43 left to go here in the first quarter. And I don't, no penalty.
Oh, blown dead, switching the ball.
All right, 2nd and 10 for the
I'm not sure why you switch the ball on a perfectly sunny day. It's not like it's raining or snow out there, but must have been something wrong with the football. And the referees will switch it out. So no penalty, 2nd and 10. Deverix. Play action, throws, got a man. Miyazawa on the right side, short pass shoved out of bounds at the 40-yard line. That's close to the first down marker. Do they give it to him? Yes. 10-yard gain.
Generous spot. I thought he was going to be about a yard short, but they gave it to him. Got that extra yard and a first down for Mount Marty.
So they'll move the chains under 1.5 minutes to go. First quarter tied up 7 apiece between the Lancers and the Broncos. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left. Here comes Fitzgerald in motion. They'll throw it to him on the left side, looking for a block. Slips one man across the 45, and he'll keep going. He'll be near the first down marker, near midfield. What a run after catch.
Trevor Fitzgerald has dealt with a couple of injuries this season, which has kind of affected his playing time and effectiveness. The last time we saw him fully healthy was against Briar Cliff when he's had about 150 yards receiving, and most of it came on plays right like that. The screen pass on the outside, you get it in the hands of one of the best athletes on the field and let him work. That's what we saw right there. Trevor Fitzgerald is back.
1 receiver to the left, 2 out to the right. Pistol formation, Miyazawa in motion. Handoff, Nishigaya up the middle. Hits the line, gets 2 yards, that's about all.
Nishigaya on the carry. Fights forward for
Let's see if the Lancers want to hurry up and run another play before the period expires. They do not have to. See if they'll want to maybe take a break. I heard somebody will line up. Well, they got 15 seconds left, and they do not seem to be in a hurry. That's how the first quarter will end. We're tied up at 7 apiece between Mount Marty and Hastings College. Along with Tel Tanner, I'm Steve Toom. We're going to take a 1-minute break, come back with the second quarter. This is Lancer Football on KYNT.
Be seen, get recognized, and boost your business with Riverfront Signs. We can help promote your business or organization with all your signage needs. See us for signs, banners, lawn signs, vehicle graphics, plus custom logos and graphic design. To get a free estimate on your project, go online to the website at riverfrontsigns.com. Get started today and let's put your image to action at Riverfront Signs, located directly behind Riverfront Broadcasting on Broadway, and visit us online at riverfrontsigns.com.
At H&R Block of Yankton, we want you to focus on your business while we handle your books. From payroll and bookkeeping to expert tax preparation and advice, we're ready to put our expertise to work for your small business. For the year-round services and the one-on-one attention you deserve, partner with H&R Block of Yankton. Stop by our office at 21st and Broadway or call us at 605-665-3366.
Back at Crane Youngworth Field along with Tel Tanner, I'm Steve Toom. Great to have you here. A sunny Saturday afternoon. College football in the air. We're tied up at 7 between Mount Marty and Hastings. And quickly, Mount Marty comes right to the line as they start up the play clock. Double tight end set on 1st and 10 from the Hastings 48-yard line. Nishigaya, the lone setback. Fitzgerald out to the right, Miyazawa out to the left. Devericks at quarterback takes the snap. Play action, throws. Miyazawa the catch. Makes a man miss, gets across the 40. He's near the 37-yard line. They're going to move the chains. First down, Lancers.
Play one of the Broncos there for the stop.
Some of the stats from that first quarter: 6 first downs for both of these two teams. The Lancers, 33% on 3rd down. They did convert a 4th down. That was 4th and 11. 50% on 3rd down for Hastings. They have not attempted anything on 4th down.
Fitzgerald in motion, handoff. Nishigaya up the middle, pounds through the line, gets to the 31-yard line, gain of about 6. You got some more stats there for us?
Yeah, continuing to look at some of these individual statistics. Torrin Devericks is 7 of 11 on the day for 82 yards and a touchdown. Nick Moss, the quarterback for Hastings, 4 of 9 on the day, 63 yards and a touchdown as well.
Nishigaya handoff gets a yard, and that is all, as he had to struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Speaking of Nishigaya, in that first quarter, he had 4 rushing attempts for 10 yards. Add another one right there, and I think he maybe got a yard, so 5 yards, or for 5 carries and 11 yards. Tyree Neesmith, on the other hand, 7 rushing attempts for 51 yards on the day with a long of 19.
3rd down and 3 coming up from the Lancers. Just underway, second quarter, tied at 7. Nishigaya clears out, empty backfield. Devericks, quarterback keeper, plows forward. He gets a push from behind, and he got the first down with a gain of about 5 yards, maybe 6 when all is said and done.
The starting quarterback of the Lancers just lowered his shoulder 3 yards from the line to go and got 5 yards out of it, dragging a man with him and getting a push from his offensive line. You don't see that very often. Torrin Devericks just flexed his muscles at the sideline, and he should.
He's not known as a running quarterback, but he demonstrated at that time. 1st and 10 Lancers. Receivers either side. Here comes Gale in motion. They'll hand it to him on the end around. Cuts through the middle of the field. He'll get across the 20. Near the 15-yard line is where he's finally brought down. That is a gain of about 9.
It's down to about the 15-yard
2nd
line.
and 1 coming up. 12:50 and counting. Second quarter tied up at 7. But the Lancers on the march. They're deep in Hastings territory. 2nd and 1, pistol formation. 2 receivers either side. Nishigaya makes a man miss in the backfield, disappears into the pile, but he'll get 2 yards and a Lancer first down.
Lancers are driving. They have momentum in a tie game. 12 and a half to go in the second, but they got the last touchdown. They are knocking on the door in this one, in the red zone.
Lancer football brought to you in part by Avera. Live better, live balanced. Avera. They look to the sideline for the play. Plenty of time on the play clock, 15 seconds. Torrin Devericks, the junior out of Sioux Falls, sets them down with receivers either side. Nishigaya in the pistol formation, takes the handoff, tests the left side, bangs into the line, gets across the 10. He'll be down near the 8-yard line. Gain of about 4.5 or so on that play.
Bring up second down. The Lancers don't have to get in the end zone to get a first down here. They still have a chance to get multiple downs.
And we have a player down for Hastings. Looks like one of their defensive linemen. And we have a break in the action. This break brought to you by the Mount Marty Tobacco Prevention Program. Remember that the Mount Marty campus is tobacco-free. Join us and break the tobacco habit.
Yeah, the officials actually took the chance to take an official's timeout as well, since it is pretty hot here down on the AstroTurf.
That is Noah Bias, who is down, a backup defensive lineman out of Los Angeles. He's a senior, and he is being helped off the field. And he is holding his left arm. And
looks like might be his ribs from the way he's walking.
He is definitely in need of some assistance. Let's hope the young man's okay. He too is a senior. So we will have a second down coming up and about 6 yards to go for the Lancers as they will trot back out onto the field after the quick break in the action. Torrin Devericks leading the way. Lancer football today brought to you in part by Sureco. When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. Second down and 5. Pistol formation. Nishigaya tries the left side, cuts, slips a man, almost got free, but he's tackled at the 6. Boy, if he got away from that man, I think he was gone.
I think he dodged 3 different men there. It was the 4th that took him down. Nishigaya, very shifty, working his way through the holes, trying to get into the end zone. Almost did it there. He almost broke that.
Yep, they say his knee hit down at the 7, so it's third down and about 5 coming up. If they get to the 2-yard line, they'll get a fresh set of downs. 3 receivers to the left. Now they'll split 2 men over on the right side as Reichen and Vigen shift. Pistol formation. Devericks rolls out to his right, throws, and his man was held up in the end zone. And there is a flag on the play intended for Reichen, the money man. He didn't get the catch, but he drew a penalty.
Yeah, he did. You know, and that was pretty expected. You got a money down, you go to the money man in the end zone. Rex Reichen was breaking to that outside on the same route that we've seen Torrin Devericks and Jonah Miyazawa connect 5 different times. Going to catch it in that pylon. Rex Reichen would have had a chance. Holding penalty is going to be called here. Might even be pass interference.
Either way, it's going to be a first down automatically. If it's holding, it's automatic. If it's pass interference, it's an automatic first down. So holding is the call against the defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down. So that means it'll be moved to about the 3-yard line. Let's check that. It's actually going to be around the 4, but nonetheless, you got 4 chances here from 4 yards away for the Mount Marty offense. You got to walk away with the touchdown here. They'll line up with a tight formation, double tight end set, receivers either side. Nishigaya will lead for the quarterback who dives into the pile. Devericks gets to about the 1. So the quarterback draw that time. Again, this is something we've not seen a whole lot, but Torrin Devericks can run. Again, not known for the runner. Guajardo, more the running quarterback, but Devericks, he just has that Tim Tebow-like just put his shoulders down and go forward kind of mentality there.
Yeah, you know, Devericks is the runner. He's fast. He's able to get outside. Torrin, he is a thick man. I tell you what, he's only 5'10", but he's 210 pounds. He has a lot of meat on his bones, and he put all of it in that 4-yard
Now they got Rao in at running back, and he leads the way. Quarterback draw. Devericks doesn't make it. He's inside the 1 on that second down play.
Down inside the 1, as you said. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried it a 3rd time, maybe even a 4th time. Give it right back to Devericks or to William Rao. Let him plow their way into the end zone.
Yeah, William Rao, the freshman out of Smyer, Texas. He's a big kid, 215-pound freshman running back who did score the first touchdown ever for the Lancers. That was at Jamestown. Now, 3rd and goal from the 1. Shotgun set. Fitzgerald in motion. Quarterback draw. Devericks hit behind the line. Oh, mercy. And brought down on a big, big hit by R.G. Mac Myers, the backup out of Harlem. He's a junior, and boy, he made a stick.
Yeah, Mac Myers. Torrin had all his momentum going forward. Mac Myers came screaming off the left edge of the offensive line, untouched, and put a hit on the quarterback from his blind side. Torrin never even saw him before he got lit up. They might go to the air here.
Well, they got Nishigaya back in. 4th and goal from the 1. Pistol formation. 3 receivers split out to the right side. And now a timeout called by Mount Marty. 8:50 left to go until halftime. We're tied at 7. This timeout brought to you by Pizza Ranch. For legendary chicken and the best pizza, it's Yankton Pizza Ranch. They're on Broadway. You can call 665-1222. We're back in 30 seconds along with Tel Tanner. I'm Steve Toom. Lancer football is right here on KYNT.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we see patients from 1 to 101. Come experience our gentle touch while you relax in our massage chairs and watch TV. Patients are loving our new digital scanner. No more ooey gooey gaggy impressions. We'd love to meet you, and we're always accepting new patients. Call 665-2530 to make an appointment. Elwood Family Dental Care, where we take care of the entire family.
Back at Crane Youngworth, this is the biggest play in the game so far. 8:50 left to go. Second quarter, tied up at 7 between Mount Marty and Hastings. Lancers, 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. Torrin Devericks tried several sneaks and did not get in. He has Nishigaya as the lone running back in the backfield. They'll line up with the double tight end set. 1 receiver each side. Pistol formation, and it's going to be Nishigaya up the middle. Did he make it? No, he didn't. He stopped at the 1. What a stand by the Hastings defense.
What a stand indeed, Steve. You know, they had 1st and goal from about the 4-yard line. The Lancers, 3 plays, they tried to get it in, running the ball with Torrin Devericks. Then they gave it to Nishigaya, trying to get it in the end zone. Could not convert on 4th down.
And we have a player down for the Lancers, and that looks like Anil Pastrana, the left guard out of Fort Worth. He is lying down on the turf. 8:46 left, second quarter. Our score is 7-7. Mount Marty football brought to you in part by Yankton Medical Clinic. When you or your loved ones need care, no matter the time or day, count on the Yankton Medical Clinic. Call your provider or visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home. And let's hope that Neil Pastrana can get back up here. He is moving his feet. That's a good sign, but he's still lying face down on the turf right at the goal line as the Lancers were turned away. And I'm thinking back to that Briarcliff game. Several times in that game, Briarcliff was inside the 15-yard line, went for it on 4th and short, didn't make it. I really think that was the difference in that contest, in addition to those late defensive penalties that kept Briarcliff drives alive. But now Pastrana getting up and walking with help very gingerly towards the Mount Marty sideline here as the Lancers turned away.
We've seen a whole lot of injuries on this Mount Marty offensive line, but it's always been on the right side. It's always been on that right side. Zachary Fenderson and Anil Pastrana have been very dependable and have played all season long. This is the first time Mount Marty's playing without their starting left guard.
Well, Hastings has it 99 yards away from pay dirt as Moss will line up in his own end zone in the shotgun set. He'll want to do the hitch and go, throws it down the sideline, caught at the 30-yard line. Down the sideline goes the receiver, Garrett Ash, and he's going to go all the way for a 99-yard touchdown, the longest play in Hastings history. And it was that hitch and go that they scored the touchdown on before, and Moss hit him right in stride. And Garrett Esch, the freshman out of Columbus, goes the distance, a 99-yard touchdown pass. Heartbreak City for Mount Marty. They get denied on the goal line and then give up a 99-yard play as Bockel connects on the extra point. 8:32 left to go, second quarter. Hastings 14, Lancers 7, back with the kickoff in 30 seconds right here on KYNT.
If you see lines on a parking lot, hey, there's a good chance Midwest Striping did it. They've been marking pavements like parking lots for years. And a fresh line parking lot gives your business a sharp look and keeps things in order. Midwest Striping also does decorative floor coverings for garages, sheds, basements, and sports courts like basketball or tennis. To find out what they can do for your surface, email them at midweststripingsd@gmail.com. That's midweststripingsd@gmail.com.
8:32 left to go until halftime. The Broncos just strike on a 99-yard pass. They're up 14-7 on Mount Marty. Along with Tel Tanner, I'm Steve Toom. And wow, talk about a momentum shift. It doesn't get more dramatic than that.
It does not. You know, a fourth down stand on 4th and 1 from the goal line. 4th and goal to go from inside the 1, actually, for the Lancers. Can't convert. The very next play, 99 yards, the longest play in Hastings history by a mile. And one of the longest plays in history, because it doesn't really get much longer than that.
Yeah, from scrimmage,
really
that's one of those things for Nick Moss and for Garrett Ash. Their names will be ever etched in the record books, because unless they expand the field to 120 yards to start playing Canadian-style football, that's going to be the longest play from scrimmage.
Yes, it will.
That's I still, and I'm going to date myself here, I remember the day that Tony Dorsett ran for 99 yards against the Vikings in the Metrodome. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I hated it even more because, well, until they extend the field, that play is going to stand forever.
Yeah, everybody remembers those 99-yarders. I'm a Broncos fan. I remember Champ Bailey returning an interception for 99. Everybody will remember that play from Hastings.
And here's the kickoff. Nishigaya collects it around the 15 and manages to get out to the 29-yard line. And now for Mount Marty, they have to have an answer here, as they will bring out Torrin Devericks at quarterback. Going to see who's on that offensive line. It's going to be Joshua Livermore, the freshman out of Hartford, South Dakota, 6'1", 265, and a freshman. He'll be in at left guard. 8:27 left, second quarter. Broncos 14, Lancers 7. And we're going to have a personal foul on the Lancers on the return, so back them up 15 yards. So things going out of the frying pan and into the fire for the moment for Mount Marty. They have got to turn things around. They're back at their 15-yard line, 1st and 10. They have one timeout left. Plenty of time with 8:27 left to go here in the second quarter. They will get the football to start the third period of play. Pistol formation, movement on the line. Penalty flags down. Devericks throws a long ball. Miyazawa catches it and out of bounds at the 28-yard line. And I would think they'll take the result of that play, which would be about a 13-yard gain. This thing's getting a little chippy out there between these two teams.
Yeah, you know, it's a battle of two teams that have struggled. It's a 1-6 team and an 0-8 team. Both of them want to walk out of here with a win very, very badly, and it's going to get chippy down there.
Offsides on the defense. It's declined. First down, Lancer. Lancer football brought to you in part by Slumberland. They have free interior design service plus great brands like Tempur-Pedic, Lazy Boy, and Flex Steel at Slumberland. They're located on Broadway in Yankton. 1st and 10 from the Lancers' 28-yard line. Tight formation. Receivers either side. Hastings showing blitz. Handoff, Nishigaya up the middle, not a whole lot there, and he'll get maybe a yard of forward progress, and that's all.
Lancers trailing by 7 here in all momentum. I've talked about the momentum has been in the favor of the Lancers, and it really was right up until just a few moments ago. And that's something that'll silence a crowd, is a 99-yard touchdown, won't it, Steve?
Yeah, I've seen it before. I've seen it happen on the home side when I was calling Briar Cliff. They got a home game and had a 99-yard play, and this time the opposite happens as Nishigaya runs it straight up the middle across the 30 to the 33-yard line, sets up a manageable third down situation. And that was the exact same situation. I think that Dort was the opponent when the Chargers were playing at the Dakota Dome. They made a stand and then got a 99-yard touchdown pass. It can happen. 3rd down and about 5. Pistol formation, receivers either side. Fitzgerald to the left, Miyazawa out to the right. Plenty of time, 12 seconds left on the play clock. Begins at a wing back. Here comes Fitzgerald in motion from left to right. Handoff, Nishigaya tests the left side, wants to bounce it to the outside, cuts inside, and he got 5 yards. That should move the chains. It will. 1st down, Lancers.
What a run from Nishigaya. He was about to be met at the line of scrimmage by Marcus Rice, able to put a stutter step on Rice. Rice flies past Nishigaya, and he's able to run for the 1st down without being touched by him. That was a great move.
Mount Marty football brought to you in part by Pizza Ranch for legendary chicken and the best pizza. It's Pizza Ranch. They're located on Broadway, or you can call 665-1222. Shotgun set, straight drop back pass out into the flat, caught by Vegans. Short gain out to the 39-yard line, gain of only 1. 6:12 and counting, 2nd quarter. Lancers down by 7. They've got the ball and moving right to left on your radio dial. Under plenty of sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. Temperature near 60 here, little bit of wind at Crane Youngworth Field in Yankton. 2 receivers to the right. Here comes Fitzgerald in motion. Nishigaya tries the right side, tripped up. He'll get to the 41. They'll set up a 3rd and long.
Across the 40-yard line.
3rd and long, as you said, Steve. Under 5.5 to play for Mount Marty in the 1st half. They trail by 7, but even though they trail by 7, they're still able to get back into this game. They deferred at the beginning of the game, if you remember. They get the ball coming out of halftime. They still got plenty of time, not only to get this drive, but possibly another one, get in the end zone.
3rd down and about 7. Begins in motion. Deverick, straight drop back, goes through his reads. Now he'll scramble, gets into the open, spins, and he's cut down at about the 44-yard line, about 4 yards short of the marker. And we are going to see the punt unit come on here for the Lancers. Mount Marty football brought to you in part by Aztec. Build your career with the group that's Connect from rock to road. Cardosa Chicas, 54 punts coming into today, averaging 37.8. His long, 54. He stands at his own 30-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the 44. Heikkinen back deep, stands at his own 25. Not much pressure coming. Good kick away. Heikkinen has to retreat, collects it near the 12, circles around to then get his bearings, and he'll be cut down across the 15 at the 18-yard line. Good coverage downfield by the special teams unit for Mount Marty. As the wind picks up here, you can hear in our microphones. It's not been too bad, but gusting enough to scatter our papers around here.
You know, Steve, the weird thing about our booth is the wind doesn't hit me on this side. I don't have the problem with holding my papers down as you do, but I think it's the sun. I got to look in the sun, so.
Yeah, you've got that direct sunlight right in your face as Nick Moss brings up the troops for Hastings. Shotgun set, receivers either side, claps his hand, hands off. That's Neesmith up the middle, and not much there. He maybe got a yard. They'll give him forward progress of 2 to the 20.
Great job by the Lancers on 1st down, only holding him to a yard. Now here's where it gets interesting. Just over 4 minutes to play. The Lancers have 1 timeout. They get the ball coming out of halftime. They want the ball back one more time. They force a 3 and out here. They have all the time in the world to get in the end zone.
1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Tight end goes in motion. Shotgun set. Moss. Play action. Swing pass out to the right side. It is caught and driven out of bounds. The receiver near the 25-yard line. One of the backups for that was Jason Wright, freshman wide receiver out of Victorville, California. First time we've seen him today. Caught a little swing out pass. Got about 5 yards. 3rd and we'll say a 4 coming up. 3 receivers, now 4 receivers. Actually, they'll clear the backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, empty backfield. Passing formation, Moss, quick pass, thrown, caught, out of bounds. 1st down, pass caught by Quentin Sinek. His first catch of the day. He's across the 30 to the 33, 1st down, Broncos.
Good thing from the Lancers, Josiah Gaetani is back in the game. He was in coverage there along with Dylan Capps on that side, but he went down early in this game with an injury. It's good to see him back.
Now they'll split out 3 wide receivers to the left side. Handoff, Neesmith up the middle, not much there. Dives into the line, got about 2 yards, and that's all to the 35-yard line. 2:30 and counting until halftime. Broncos 14, Mount Marty 7. And the Broncos taking their time. They have 3 timeouts to work with. Now they'll split 2 receivers to the left. 1 out to the right. 2 backs in the backfield, standing either side of the quarterback, Nick Moss. Swing pass, left side, caught by Dalen Farrow, the backup running back. Flag on the play. Not much of a gain. Looked like somebody might have jumped off sides.
Yeah, this is an offsides on the Lancers. Hastings actually had a free play. Nick Moss didn't recognize it quick enough, or he would have thrown the go route. Actually bailed out the Lancers a little bit by not throwing that long ball. They will get the extra 5 yards, though.
On the defense, number 13, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
And they'll catch Dylan Otomo, the freshman linebacker out of Louisiana. They'll move the ball to the 40-yard line. Not enough for a first down. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Like I said, the Lancers actually fortunate there that it wasn't quite recognized by Nick Moss quick enough that he had a free play and could have thrown the go route. Could have been a lot worse than it was.
Yeah, it definitely could have been. As Dalen Farrow in at running back, senior out of Little Rock, Arkansas. 3 receivers to the left, 1 out to the right. Straight drop back by Moss. Pressure coming, throws over the middle. Got a man incomplete at the 35-yard line. And that was intended for Lane Heikkinen, the junior out of Lawrence, Nebraska.
Nick Moss jumped in the air and spun around a couple of times, knowing that he just kind of missed that throw. A little bit of frustration with 1.5 minutes remaining.
3rd down and 3, minute 36 on the clock. Hastings driving left to right on your radio dial.
Lancers still possess 1 timeout. They can stop the clock if they get a stop here.
Handoff up the middle. That is going to be Neesmith, and he is going to get the first down. Got 5 yards. Move the chains. So the Hastings Broncos keep it on the ground, and they'll get to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. They'll quickly set the ball down. Moss looks to the sideline. They'll make a substitution. Bring in a tight end. Now they'll shift around. A lot of time ticking off the clock here. 2 receivers to the left, 1 out to the right. Pistol formation. Let's see if the Broncos keep it on the ground. Play action. Moss throws, trying to come back. Intercepted! Intercepted by Swan at midfield. They tried a little route with the running back coming out. Oh, the backfield was well underthrown, and Swan gets the interception.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where the defensive back had the eyes on the quarterback, and the wide receiver was running, I think, a different route than the quarterback thought. He was running a go route, wasn't even looking for the ball yet. Dylan and Braden Swan just straight up stopped. I wonder if the wide receiver wondered why all of a sudden there was nobody around him, turned around, and the ball was intercepted. Braden Swan, great job reading that throw.
That is his 3rd interception of the year, and the Lancers are in business in Hastings territory at the 40-yard line. 1st down and 10 with 59 seconds left. They got 1 timeout. Devricks drops back, sacked at midfield. Oh, mercy, did penalty flag down. Oh, my, that was a big sack by R.G. Mac Myers, the junior out of Harlem, New York. But was there a little excessive celebration afterwards? I don't know. Or is this going to be on the Lancers?
I think he might have hit Torrin Devricks in the head as he was making the sack, Steve.
Yeah, the helmet-to-helmet contact. Coach Micheletti out on the field trying to get close to the huddle of officials. Clock stops at 53.8 seconds. 2nd quarter, Hastings up 14-7. There was a big sack registered by the Hastings defense, but a penalty flag came in. Could have been a helmet-to-helmet contact. Chris Ehlers, the referee, will let us know what the call is. Is it personal foul? He started signaling that. You got information, I think is what he said.
Absolutely he did.
It's going to be against Hastings. They're walking it off. And now they'll confer again. I think it's from, if this is a helmet-to-helmet hit, it's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Yes, it is.
It would not be from the point of the infraction, which was way behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
As the referees are conferring again with 53.8 seconds, and now Chris Sailors will let us know. Unnecessary roughness on the defense. 15 yards, automatic first down. And boy, that's a heartbreaker for Hastings because they got a big sack. Unnecessary roughness the call. And now the Lancers, with 53.8 seconds left, will be down at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. They have one timeout left.
Yeah, the other thing about that, I was just about to say, they still have a timeout because of that penalty. If the sack was there, Lancers would have had to use that final timeout.
Here's a throw from Devericks to the end zone, and Riken can't get to it as he and a defensive back were tied up near the 10-yard line. No penalty flag.
Yeah, I thought there might have been a chance for a flag there. Riken ran into the defensive back, Rice, I believe that was, on the right end there. But the officials are going to say it wasn't quite a catchable ball, so they're not going to call pass interference.
2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. 44 seconds left to go until intermission. Devericks, pistol formation, receivers either side, straight drop back, being pressured, throws over the middle, too high, incomplete, intended for Riken in the end zone.
Yeah, they've gone to Riken on 1st and 2nd down, both incomplete passes. Torren had pressure on him both times. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to go to Riken again on 3rd down. But you always got to remember, you have Jonah Miyazawa, you have Trevor Fitzgerald, you have Trey Hansen out on the field right now, Austin Vigance. You've got a lot of threats.
And they're going to split Nishigaya as a receiver to the left. Empty backfield. And there's a bad snap. Devericks picks it up. He's just going to have to throw it away towards the end zone, and it is going to be incomplete. Almost picked off at the 2-yard line. Boy, there was confusion there as Devericks had to corral that errant snap in the shotgun set and just throw it away, and he is lucky that wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, I'm not even sure he was trying to throw it away. He had Jonah Miyazawa on the go route, streaking down that left sideline, which is where he threw it. It was just a bit underthrown because of how quickly he had to get it off. I think he was actually trying to get it to the end zone there, Steve.
Could be. 4th down and 10. And I think the Lancers will spend their final timeout. They will. They're down 14-7 with 32 seconds left to go. And we'll take a quick break. Along with Tel Tanner, I'm Steve Toome, back with more after this timeout, brought to you by Pizza Ranch for legendary chicken and the best pizza. It's Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway, or you can call 665-1222. Back in 30 seconds right here on KYNT.
I wasn't worried about getting sick from vaping until my friends started having trouble breathing. I noticed I was getting winded too. We quit together. Now, we both feel healthier.
Seems like everyone's vaping, but when my little brother started, not good. I knew it was time to quit. Having a quit line coach really helped.
Use a quit line coach and you are 2 times more likely to stay quit. There's no better way to quit. Make your quit stick. Call 1-866-SD-QUITS now. You're gonna love your quit.
Back here at Crane Youngworth Field with just 32 seconds left to go, it's going to be a 42-yard field goal attempt coming up for Jonathan Cardosa Chicas. As long as 39. It's in the middle of the field. Whatever wind here is at his back. Swan is the holder. Swan checks with his kicker, calls for it. Snap on target. Kick on the way. It's a line drive kick. It's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide right.
Yeah, the wind was moving in that direction, had a cross breeze, just couldn't quite get it through the uprights. 26 seconds left.
And it remains 14-7 in favor of Hastings. And one would think here, yeah, Hastings is just going to line up in the safety formation here. They will have to kick off to start the third period. They got all 3 timeouts with 26 seconds, a backup quarterback in. They've got the lead. They're not going to risk it. They're just going to take a knee and go into halftime with the lead as Nick Moss works under center, takes the knee, and that is it. We'll head into the break with the Broncos up 14-7 over the Mount Marty Lancers. Last home game of the year for Mount Marty. We invite you to stay tuned. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll come back with the Yankton Medical Clinic halftime report. 2-minute break coming your way. Along with Tel Tanner, I'm Steve Toom. This is Lancer football right here on KYNT.
Dakota Archery is a great store for waterfowl camo gear. Hey, let's start with banded utility pants, pullovers, insulated wader jackets, hoodies, neck gaiters, beanies, and gloves. Stay warm and dry with insulated waders and insulated field bibs from Avery. Now till the end of October, buy a Benelli SBE3 camo shotgun and get a free Benelli blind bag and gun case.
Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
Before the Lancers play,
After the game, or maybe even while watching it here. Enjoy authentic flavor at RB Grill House and Sports Bar.
We're American themed and feature handcrafted dishes and daily specials with an amazing selection of beer and spirits. Enjoy burgers, steaks, wings, and ribs, sandwiches, salads, seafood, and plenty of HD TVs.
Authentic flavor, family driven, and a memorable atmosphere.
Join us at RB Grill House and Sports Bar next to River Rocks Event Center on Broadway in Yankton. Go Lancers!
Aztec offers a $1,000 sign-on bonus for day and weekend production shifts and $2,000 for evening shift with immediate benefits and relocation assistance. Walk-in interviews are available for assembler, CNC machinist, electrician, equipment operator, equipment sales coordinator, machine operator, manufacturing engineer, painter, inventory control cycle counter, quality system specialist, and welder. Build your career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click on careers at aztecindustries.com or stop by for an interview. Rodents want to make your home their home. Pesky invaders go in search of warm housing and food for the winter. An invasion of rodents can be costly and can contribute to disease and contamination of products. So trust the experts to keep them out. Olson Pest Technicians is family-owned with over 80 years of experience. Even the toughest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
And welcome back to Crane Youngworth Field along with Tel Tanner. I'm Steve Toom. We're at the break. 14-7 our score. Hastings on top of the Mount Marty Lancers. This halftime report brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home. Visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com. In the first half, it was Hastings striking first. They capped off a 4-play, 52-yard drive that took only a minute 22 off the clock. It was Garrett Esch taking a 38-yard pass from Nick Moss. Kick after was good. But then Mount Marty drove right down the field. A 9-play drive, 50 yards, 3:40 time of possession. It was Jonah Miyazawa. 29-yard pass from Torin Devricks. The point after kick was good. And that is how we ended the first